this might just be the overall best performance SUV on the market right now. This is the new Porsche Cayenne Coupe GTS. And if you understand Porsche, you understand it's not the cheapest. However, it's not the most extreme either. It's the one that just gets everything right. There are a lot of performance crossover SUVs on the market right now. Lamborghini Urus, X6M, RSQ8, you name it, there's a lot of them. However, all these cars are built for impressing people outside. This car is meant for the people that are actually driving it. I see cars like this every day through the Vehicle Scout. Different specs, different builds. Some more aggressive, some louder, but this is what you call a proper daily. Pretty subtle, but very serious. This GTS probably sits in the middle of the Cayenne range, but visually it's probably the most complete. From the blacked out styling elements to the quad exhausts, everything just feels more focused. It's not trying too hard, but it carries presence. This is one of those cars where if you know, you know. You've got Alcantara across the wheel, which instantly gives it that performance feel. This isn't trying to be overly luxurious, it's focused. And that's the balance Porsche always gets right. Performance without sacrificing usability. This runs a 4-litre twin-turbo V8, producing just under 500 horsepower. So it's properly quick. You've got the 4-litre twin-turbo V8 engine, pushing exactly around 493 horsepower, and then you've got 660 Newton meters of torque. So look, it may not be the fastest one out there. You can go for that Porsche Cayenne Turbo E-Hybrid, and obviously you can have it with or without the GT package. The GT package adds things like the titanium double exhaust through the center. You got the carbon roof, so no glass roof on that one, and then you can get things like neodyme wheels, a bit more carbon. But for me, just everything about this car feels like the sweet spot personally. And when you just gear down, it's so addictive. Wow. That just sounds so good. Wow. And then you got the head-up display, which turns into a rev counter when you put it into manual mode. The steering is just really direct. And I think what's different about this car to the previous Cayenne Coupe GTS is that it just feels a lot more direct. You can see that Porsche have really pulled all the tricks on this one, just so the driving engagement is next level. And yeah, it just doesn't really feel like you're driving an SUV. Yeah, that's quick. And this is where it's different. I feel like with most SUVs, they're just way too focused on comfort. But with this, you can actually feel what the car's doing. It just feels blunted. Oh my gosh, nah. I'm keen to know what the Porsche Cayenne Turbo E-Hybrid would feel like. 729 horsepower. That must feel good. Oh my days, nah. Like, I love the way it holds onto the gears, like. Oh my days, nah. I get it now, honestly. I had a 911 Targa GTS, and I get why people say the GTS is the sweet spot, and that's probably why they all hold the best value compared to all the other variants. You know, of course you can get a turbo, of course you can get a Turbo S. Yes, it may be faster, but this is definitely the sweet spot. I think what really separates this car from the rest is the comfort features that make it a lot more wholesome to drive. You know, so you've got things like the adaptive air suspension, which constantly adjusts depending on the road surface and depending on how you're driving it. So if you drive it harder and you put it into sport or sport plus mode, then it drops lower to the ground and it just feels tighter. So when you're pushing on, the car stiffens up and it stays controlled. And I think that's one of the unique things about it. And then you've got the torque vectoring, which pushes powers through the different wheels. So especially when you're coming out of tight bends or roundabouts and whatnot, you're gonna feel it. And then you've got the evidential rear wheel steering. You just know it's working. It's just doing what it needs to do. So as I turn here, it just kind of slides through. You don't tend to notice much roll. And then straight up the bend. It's brilliant. Genuinely drives so well. And guys, let's talk about that sport exhaust. I've currently put it into normal mode, so you're driving along and you can't hear anything. It drives like a normal Cayenne, or shall we say like a normal SUV. But then suddenly you put it into sport and then even sport plus, aha. And that's currently when everything switches on. You gear down again, and you gear down maybe one more time. And suddenly, you hear that noise. So yeah, I'm a fan. So guys, if I was to compare this to the Lamborghini Urus, I would say that the Lamborghini Urus is definitely firmer, especially if you get the Lamborghini Urus Performante. If you just get the normal Urus S, then I'd probably say they are a lot more similar than you would expect. However, I think the differences come in terms of the drivability. You know, in the Lamborghini Urus, you've got 666 horsepower, the devil's number. Whereas in this car, you got 493 horsepower. Do you feel it? Yes. Do I care? Probably not. And the reason for that is that the handling of this car is so much better than the Lamborghini Urus, in my opinion. You got things like torque vectoring, you got things like the PASM, which is the Porsche Active Suspension Management. And all of these things just make the car easier to drive on a day-to-day basis. And to be honest with you, if we're talking about the looks, this car's just a lot more understated. You've got less to worry about. You drive a Lamborghini Urus and you spec it with the carbon fiber exterior package, carbon fiber hood, then suddenly you're thinking about stone chips, you're thinking about potholes on those 23-inch wheels. On this car, it's got 21-inch RS Spider design wheels and no carbon on this exterior. At least on this example anyway. And I feel like those are where the differences are between the Porsche Cayenne GTS and a Urus. So you just have to decide what poison you're picking. Is it going to be comfort or is it going to be all-round performance on an SUV? I'll let you guys decide. So we source cars like this all day long through the Vehicle Scout, and we've been doing it for the last 6 years. So any car that you're looking for, from £20,000 all the way up to the millions, we can source it. Which means if it's just a simple Mercedes, an Audi, a Porsche, Lamborghini, Ferrari, you name it, we can source it. So if you're looking for your next car and you can't find exactly what spec you want, then we're the people that you get in touch with, and we can make it happen. And likewise, if you're looking to fund your next car, because face it, who's buying a £2 to £3 million car cash these days? So, you know, we can fund it for you. We can offer you flexible terms, all the way from 24 months up to 60 months with nice, sensible balloon payments that won't leave you in a hole. But I think the verdict is, would I buy this car? Yes, yes, yes. I would buy this car. However, if you're looking for something a bit more overstated, something that's got a bit more swagger to it, then the Lamborghini Urus is your choice. So that's my verdict, guys. So guys, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. And if you don't follow me on my other social media platforms, my Instagram is D10Yam. You can find me on TikTok as well, D10Yam. And follow our company profiles, Crownstone Funding, on Instagram and on TikTok, where we upload all the latest content, all the latest deals. And yeah, apart from that, it's been a good one. And I want to get some more miles than this. So I'll see you guys on the next one. But for now, peace.